Welcome to Babblegum, giving you stories to chew on with Samuel Mui. Alright, welcome to Babblegum. We are here. I'm here with Karen Leong in her house. We've just been through a bit of technical difficulty. Hello Karen, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. Yeah, it's been a very busy day of conducting classes and preparing for classes tomorrow as well.
You have classes every day?
Well, more or less, maybe about 4 times a week.
4 times a week.
Yeah.
Alright. For those of you who are not aware of what Karen actually does for a living, Karen, would you mind telling us?
Oh yeah, okay, sure. I'm a cake artist, but now I'm mainly focusing on conducting cake decorating, baking, and French pastry classes for enthusiasts and for kids.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Do you think there is actually a market for it in Malaysia?
Yes, definitely. As for adults and enthusiasts, the market is actually huge and it's booming a lot.
Huge.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of competition right now, so that's why I've chosen to focus on kids a lot more than adults now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But of all how much is the ratio of enthusiasts and kids who are into this thing? I'm curious.
Well, I just started teaching kids earlier this year, so I was very surprised at the amount of kids that were interested in baking and cake decorating.
Okay.
Yeah, because there aren't many classes around for such things. Maybe,
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very few cooking classes and things like that, but cake decorating especially not much at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as for the adults or enthusiasts, there's definitely a lot more out there, especially home bakers or homemakers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all interested in earning a bit more of extra income, so
Okay.
they turn to things like this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's quite interesting. Do you think the whole industry for cake art is growing? Is it growing? Is it in a good place right now? Would you recommend others to try it for themselves? Would you actually suggest it?
Well, right now in Malaysia, it's definitely a growing market that's getting huge actually. So right now, I guess the competition is getting tougher and tougher with the amount of people getting into it because it's something that you can start off from home. You don't have to invest a lot of money in it at all. So
Yeah, the butler is here with the tea. Hello.
thank you, love.
Tea is here with tea.
Okay.
Until it's hot.
Okay.
Oh, there's no handle. It's cute.
It's Japanese.
That's cute.
Okay.
All right. So where were we? All right. So you're saying there's a huge amount of competition in this market.
Yeah, it is.
How have you set yourself in differentiating yourself?
I guess this is the reason why I don't do custom cake orders as much anymore, because most of these home bakers especially or cake artists, mainly their business is mainly orders. So that's why I kind of diversified into teaching more than working for orders.
Okay. So there are not a lot of people who are actually teaching kids nowadays.
Kids especially no. Yeah. So I'm definitely one of the only ones here in Malaysia. Yeah.
Oh,
that
dang.
focus mainly on teaching kids cake decorating.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So I think the main reason why I want to talk to you here today is not just to talk about your cake entrepreneurship, but more for how you got into it and why you're doing it and how you got here.
So basically the whole story.
The whole
alright.
story, yes.
Okay.
I mean that's the whole point of the show. That's the tagline, you know. Tell us what you are. What differentiates you from the ordinary person?
From the ordinary person or the ordinary cake artist?
Let's go with person.
An ordinary person. That would be a bit difficult to
Alright.
be exactly okay, I'm
Alright.
different in this way and that. But
Okay.
I guess I'm different because I was brought up in a very different environment.
Alright.
Because I was unschooled instead of schooled as a child.
Unschooled? What is this? Oh man. Yeah, I'm unschooled, yeah.
Okay, so basically, the type of unschooling my parents and I did was, I was brought up without any syllabus whatsoever. So my parents just allowed me to focus on my interests basically, and to monetize it as I grew older, and this is how I came around with cake decorating.
Dang, that is so weird.
It's so
who would okay? Who who in their right mind would want to homeschool their kids? You know, their kids might turn out to be weirdos. You know,
Yeah. That's how you set yourself apart from the rest, I
Yeah.
guess. Because
Yeah. So
every other 19-year-old is, maybe they all have like diplomas and degrees, but then
yeah. I jest. I'm a homeschool. I'm a homeschooler too. I just have to disclaim that I don't want people to think I'm.
But yeah, I guess
Yeah.
you just learn how to be proud of your weirdness and
exactly.
to see it as strength instead of
Yeah.
something that's negative. Yeah.
So for you, it's a definite big positive.
What, being a weird person or being unschooled?
Being unschooled already makes you weird.
Yeah, that's true.
Technically,
It's a huge positive, I guess. It
po-
makes you a very interesting person to a lot of people.
You think most homeschoolers are interesting?
Well, I feel that most unschoolers are interesting, but when it comes to homeschoolers, there's many, I guess,
Many breeds.
many breeds, and there's some who just study all their lives and take exams. So those maybe not too
Not so
interesting.
much.
Yeah.
Ooh. But I think I mean not to say I have to put this in. Just a disclaimer. We don't think non-homeschoolers are worse off.
No, definitely not. They're just on a different path.
A different path.
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't judge.
We don't.
Homeschoolers are very non-judgmental.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Is that true? Is that true?
Very non-judgmental.
Is that true?
Not really though. I feel like sometimes we do get a bit like, oh, your school.
Oh dang.
Yeah, that means maybe you're not weird enough for us,
Alright, let's start from the very beginning.
Okay.
Why did your parents homeschool you?
Why? Basically they went through the normal schooling system themselves, and they didn't feel like it was the best way to use their time, and didn't really learn as much as they wanted to out of it.
As in they themselves in the school system, or them raising you in the school system?
No, themselves, I guess. They
Ah,
saw
I
like
see.
how they turned out afterwards.
Alright.
And my mom, she used to work as a junior college chemistry teacher in Singapore, and she didn't like how her students, didn't have really like interest or passion when they came out of school. They had all these like qualifications and stuff like that, all those A's, but at the same time they weren't really happy and they didn't even know what they wanted to do in life. So she wanted a different path for her children. Yeah, and since she was always in education, I guess that's how she read up about homeschooling and unschooling and decided to practice it, I guess. So I
Okay.
was more or less my parents' guinea pig because I've been to school before. I've been to homeschool centers. I've been homeschooled the traditional way with, a school syllabus.
Yeah.
And then I was unschooled. Yeah.
Alright. So when you started out, did you start out proper homeschooled, or did you start out? I mean, at what age did you stop being schooled?
I stopped being schooled at 9. Yeah, so before that I was schooling in Singapore and Malaysia because my mom used to live in Singapore and my dad worked in Malaysia. So I would spend some time here and some time there. So my schooling was all over the place.
Okay.
So at the age of 9, my mom had like my third brother. So she came back here to Malaysia because she didn't feel like working anymore in Singapore. So that's when we started homeschooling with the Singapore school syllabus. So basically we brought back, I think, 2 or 3 years of the syllabus, and I managed to finish it in a year. So
A year? How many subjects was that?
I can't remember honestly, but then I was a very academically inclined kid,
Dang.
which I think it's completely opposite right now. You think I was just like on the artistic path all the way, but actually when I was a young kid, I used to hate art. It was like the worst subject of mine because there was no structure to it, and I like like black and white basically.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So do you ever think that you could become a doctor or engineer
Yeah, actually.
all the time?
All the time actually. Yeah, because
serious?
there's been certain, I guess, times when I was in my mid to late teens where I'd be like, I don't want to do cake decorating anymore. I don't want to be an artist anymore. I wanted to get into I've been looking into getting like going to med school or learning psychology or just something more off the artistic path, I guess.
Off the artistic path. Would you think those were moments of self-doubt or more of just a lack of interest?
Well, there are certain times where you do kind of like burn out, I guess, even when you're doing like something that you're passionate in. And also I had a lot of like stumbling blocks because when I was in my mid-teens, I 2 to 3 like mentors when it came to cake artistry.
Okay.
And yeah, basically they decided to bail on me at the last minute when they promised a lot, like they would, I would be able to work with them and things like that.
Okay.
And those 2 or 3 people, they all pulled out the same way. So it just broke me inside, I guess, especially as a young person, when you promise all this, you truly believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Were they like professional cake artists?
Yes, they are
How-
well-known, worldwide, written books, things
Ooh,
like that.
dang.
Yeah.
But nobody buys cake books anymore.
Well, I do.
Oh, okay, yeah, I mean
Yeah.
you do, but the ordinary person, we just like to go online, Google, okay, go on YouTube. How do I?
But I guess these are more like in-depth, like I feel like most
Ah,
people
yes.
would still go to a proper library when it comes to like their proper
Oh,
research
definitely,
and all that. Yeah.
definitely.
Mhm. And I'm a physical book person, so I like my pages and the
Same,
smell of
same,
books.
same. It's just
Yeah.
something tangible.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
true.
Right. So you started out doing the Singapore school syllabus, and you finished it in 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of homeschoolers have been there before.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Then after that, personally for me, I came to a point where I just became lazy.
Okay.
Did that ever happen to you?
What do you mean by lazy? Lazy as in
Once
you,
you
you weren't
become-
interested in your schoolwork
No,
anymore.
I mean it's more like you become so comfortable and you think I'm quite good at what I do, so you start to slack. But it's today's episode is not about me. I'm not going to open up to my audience just yet.
Well, I guess that's where we differ. I'm a very kiasu person.
Yeah.
So that's very much maybe it was my upbringing in Singapore, so it's still a huge part of who I am.
Do you think you're more Singaporean or Malaysian?
I guess when it comes to the kiasuness, I'm a lot more Singaporean when I work. I'm a very perfectionist kind of person. I want to make sure everything is properly scheduled, things are efficiently done, stuff like that. But everything else probably more Malaysian. Yeah.
That's where do you think that attribute is key to your success, quote unquote success?
Yeah. Yes, I would say so because I cannot sit still. Like even on my rest days, I always have to be either writing, reading, painting,
That's
working on
cool.
a class
Yeah,
schedule, stuff like that.
I get that. Me and my sister are like that as well.
Oh.
A bunch of other homeschoolers are like that as well. A whole lot of extracurricular activities. And the great part is you have time.
Yeah,
You
that's
have time.
true.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part, I guess, because when you're homeschooled or unschooled, that's when you realize that your life is sort of in your hands. Because my parents, they're very, very chill people. They never force me to do anything.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where, I spent an entire week just not doing anything, like online, playing games and stuff like that. The usual
That-
13, 14-year-old. And they never really pushed me, and that's when I got really worried,
That's
and I was
good
like,
though.
yeah, I was like, wow, basically, if I just continue on this path for years,
Mm.
my parents won't say anything, and then I'll be this 20-year-old with no skills whatsoever, and I wouldn't have anywhere to go in my life. And that's when I realized that, hey, I really should start pushing myself. So that's the mentality I got from then on.
Your parents didn't have to push it into you. You just had it. It was instinctual.
I guess so, yeah. When you come to a certain age, you're just like, oh dear, all right.
Okay.
No matter how much they do or don't do, it's kind of like in my hands, in such a way. Yeah.
Okay, so what happened after you finished 3 years of syllabus in 1 year?
Well, okay, so basically at the end of that year was filled with a lot of frustration, a lot of crying, and a lot of I guess going against my mom because it was just the both of us at home. We didn't really find the homeschool group yet, the community over here. So basically it was just a lot of work, and I was still very much, I had that school mentality in me, I had the schedule and we had to stick to it, that many subjects a day and all that. So it was very, very frustrating and unfulfilling, I think. It felt very empty basically, even though I finished that many years in 1 year. Yeah, it just felt like it wasn't much of an accomplishment at all, and I was drifting further apart from my mom, who I've always been very close to.
And you were both of you in the same house.
Yeah, in the same house, obviously. Yeah.
It can feel that you're very trapped inside, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like at the time, were you involved in any communities or something? Any clubs?
I don't really think so. At that age, we had haven't really found anything yet because we were still settling back in Malaysia and
Okay.
stuff like that. Yeah.
So you were I mean, at that age, you were kind of like the stereotype homeschooler.
Yeah, yeah.
No friends, just stay at home.
Well, I guess my friends were mainly like the neighbors' kids and all that. Who,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
after that 1 year of frustration and stuff like that, we decided to just take the next year off because we were like, okay, since you finished that many years already, you are not really slacking behind, right? So the next year we decided to have this like a detox year of sorts. So
Alright.
my mom just allowed me to do whatever, and basically what she would do was just to expose me to different things. So she'll be like, hey, would you like to sign up for Aikido? Would you like to go for this art class and stuff like that? So it was just a lot of exploration work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, most of my time I just spent it being bored, I guess, which was really, really important at that age.
You were bored.
Yes, I was bored. So I was, yeah,
That boredom drove. Would you say that boredom drove you
to seek out new things.
seek out new things?
Yeah, I would say that. Because, at one point you've already done everything. You
Mm.
played all the games and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You've leveled up to the point you cannot level up anymore.
Yeah, level 80, right?
Yeah, so that's when, and I spent a lot of time on YouTube back then, as I do now.
What year was that?
I was about 10 or 11, so
You were
now,
10,
so it was
11.
8 years back.
8 years back, so that was 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, YouTube was young and
Yeah,
Niga Higa,
yeah.
Cat Jumper,
Mhm.
Smosh.
That's true.
Man, what happened to them? What happened to Smosh? Alright. So
Yeah.
you spent a year exploring.
Yeah, you're exploring.
Is that where you found your passion for cakes and art?
Yes, I would say so, but art came definitely much, much later in my life, but cake decorating especially. That's when it came around because I was just on YouTube and you know how they have those recommended videos and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just randomly clicked on it because I was so bored, like what do
Yeah.
I have to lose? So I just clicked on it and I was like, wow, this is fascinating. You use one piping tip and you can make all these different types of frosting designs.
Yeah.
So I was since I was bored anyway, and that kind of inspired me a little. So I went to the baking shop the next day to just buy all the ingredients and try it out at home.
Yeah.
And it failed miserably. The cupcakes were bitter because my mom's one of those healthy people, I guess. So
Oh,
she's like,
come on.
you should cut out at least half of the sugar. So I listened to her and I was just like, okay, because she baked quite a bit at home. So I
Yeah.
was like, I'll listen to you, yes.
Is her baking bitter? Is her baking nice?
Yeah, her baking is really good, but the problem was those cupcakes were chocolate cupcakes, you see,
Yeah.
so cocoa is bitter.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point I didn't really understand, how the ingredients worked with each other. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so and the icing was watery and stuff like that, but I had fun, it just like I guess something sparked in me, I guess.
You just kept doing it.
Yeah, so I was like looking at more YouTube videos, practicing more. My mom really started to notice that I took a huge interest in this and she suggested taking cake decorating classes.
Alright. So
Yeah.
that's when you started.
Yeah, basically from age 11 onwards, it was just a lot of classes and baking at home for
Right.
friends and family. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Did you explore anything else? At that time did you know you wanted to do this for the rest of your life?
Oh no, at that point
No?
when I was 11, 12, 13, I wanted to be a professional Aikido instructor. 'Cause
What is Aikido?
it's a Japanese martial art. Yeah, so it's a very
Dang.
defensive martial art instead of one that attacks a lot. Yeah. So yeah, I was I think dark brown at that point. And
Dark brown? Oh,
Almost black.
you mean the
The belt,
Yeah,
yeah.
you mean the okay. Okay. Okay, you were dark
Yeah,
brown.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I went for Aikido I think 3 to 4 times a week,
In Malaysia.
in Malaysia, yeah.
That's like I never heard of this.
Oh, that's interesting.
Is it
Yeah,
big?
so the dojo is like walking distance from my house, so I used to
Alright.
walk there and back. Yeah.
Alright.
So yeah, that was basically my life when at that age, and I was very much into anime and manga and stuff like that. So I was a very
okay.
I loved Japanese things. So cake decorating was definitely just a hobby and an interest instead
Yeah.
of something I thought I would make my career.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're what people nowadays call a weeaboo. You were?
I was. Yeah.
Are you still a weeaboo?
I don't think so. Yeah, I've definitely dropped off that bit already.
Oh.
Unfortunately,
Yeah. But the great thing about homeschooling is it allowed you to explore different interests than you
that's
normally,
true.
and that led you to well, whatever you are now. You know?
Yeah, because without being all that, it wouldn't have been. Yeah, I wouldn't be me today.
Yeah. I think yeah, it's something I can relate to. Yeah. So what happened after that? After that year, like you had so many hobbies. At what point did you say to yourself, I don't want to do Aikido anymore?
Huh. Okay, at that point I also did like a lot of like robotics and stuff like
Robotics,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, so basically I was just all over the place. And then I remember my mom asking me a question one day because I wanted to go for this pretty pricey cake decorating class. And my mom was just like, okay, it's really expensive and we're spending a lot of money on your other classes as well. So she asked me, would you prefer taking cake decorating classes or robotics and Aikido kind of thing, you know? So I was like, I didn't really even have to think. I was just like, I want to take cake decorating.
So by then you knew it. It was
Yeah.
It was set.
It was
Your
set,
mind was
yeah.
set. Alright. And after that?
And after that, so I finished taking like a few professional cake decorating courses under Wilton. That's a pretty well-established brand, academy, I guess you could say.
Their ingredients are so expensive.
Ah, yes.
They're so
I'm
expensive.
guessing you know since your sister bakes, right?
Yeah, I know. She prefers, because of that, she prefers to make her own stuff from scratch.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, but stuff like fondant, she buys.
Ah, okay.
But yeah. So you began to go.
Yeah, into the professional line, and after I finished the 3 Wilton courses, I took a professional diploma in cake decorating under Squire's Kitchen.
How old were you?
I was 12.
You had a diploma when you were
And
12.
yes. So you can imagine like this huge classroom filled with, I guess, people who are 30 and above from all over the world, and this 12-year-old over there looking very out of place, but at the same time I felt like I belonged, you know?
Yeah.
Especially as a homeschooler, and I was a very, very shy, introverted one. So it was amazing finding a place where I actually belonged with the people there. Yeah, it was a very, very new feeling for me.
Everybody was cool with you.
Yes, they were actually, surprisingly. Yeah.
Looking back, do you think your creations were good compared to the rest, or were you just having fun with it?
I think they were actually pretty impressive for a 11, 12 year old.
Yeah.
I definitely went very far in advance with a very short period of time. I think that's credited to being UnSchool's and having that amount of free time that I had.
That's interesting. So at that time you were just mainly focusing on cake decorating.
I'm pretty sure I had a lot of different hobbies because that's the kind of person I am. Even today I have a lot of different hobbies all around. So back then I wanted to be an author as well. So I wrote a lot of
short fiction.
I wanted to publish my own novels and stuff like that. I had a billion pen pals because I've always been interested in languages and cultures. So I wrote to like 30 people on a monthly basis kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah, and I had a blog also. Obviously, I think everyone back then had a blog, and I used to blog on like cake decorating tutorials or art tutorials and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So after you finish your diploma, what happened?
What happened
What
after my
happened?
diploma? So that was.
Were you like, you were 12, you're 19 now, that's 7 years in between.
Yeah.
How did you go from there to here?
Okay, so I think right after my diploma, they started this academy which I took all my classes at. They started to hold like annual cake decorating competitions. So I entered my first one when I was, I think, 12 going on 13.
13.
Yeah, so I was there with like world-class cake decorators and all that. It was an ASEAN competition. Yeah. So,
ASEAN.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it was such an eye-opening experience for me, and I actually got like a highly commendable
award.
title. Yeah, I was like, wow, at 12, I felt amazing.
How many people were there?
How many people?
Yeah, how many competitors?
I don't know. I think probably over 100. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
So
that was definitely a very eye-opening experience for me, especially working with professionals in my industry. Yeah. So I was like, I want to be that, and most of them that took part in the competition, they basically traveled the world teaching or had their own studios, and I guess from then onwards, I knew that was a long-term dream of mine to work up to that. Yeah.
Right.
But in between, like I told you about the mentors and all
Yeah.
that happened, and I actually spent quite a few years like off cake decorating, and that's when I discovered art, I guess, because I was like, I don't want to do anything have to do with anything with cake decorating whatsoever. I stopped touching all my tools. They were just left to rot over there in the kitchen and all. And but I still felt like I needed to an outlet, I
Yeah,
guess, for
yeah.
to express.
So what do you go for as an outlet?
I was very much into DIY things
Yeah.
and like sewing,
Craftsmanship.
yes, and
okay.
like watercolor, charcoal. I basically experimented with a lot of things, even like special effects, makeup, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Like blood.
Yeah, definitely
Fake
like
blood.
using like latex, zombifying myself and stuff like that. You can still find everything on DeviantArt, but I hope you don't try to look for it.
I'm
It's bad.
Can I link to it
No,
in the description?
No, yeah.
Why not? It's your art page.
Yeah, but still though, from ages, like 14,
yeah, I
15,
get it,
16,
I get
it's
it.
very cringy
You're
stuff.
cringe. I mean, it's
Oh.
just cringy to you actually.
Oh,
Yeah, but I mean that's the way it goes, Like I can't look back at stuff from my teenage years, but when people look at it, they're like, you were actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But there's always that feeling like,
No.
yeah.
Especially when you compare it to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah. But you don't realize that it's actually a very crucial step to take.
Yes.
To become the person that
Sure,
you are today.
every step is crucial.
Yeah.
Even now, you mentioned that you had that aptitude for academics. Did you actually go back and explore that?
I did. I think at ages 15, 16, I think I started freaking out because all my friends, because most of my friends are school friends, they were starting to take O levels.
School friends? How do you mean school friends?
Well, I remember I went for all these Aikido and art classes, robotics
okay.
classes and
Right,
stuff like
right,
that.
right.
So I'd meet normal kids.
Cool.
Yeah. So they were starting to prepare for O levels and all, and I felt a little bit insecure at that time, because I was not sure if I was going to do this all my life, cake decorating.
Yeah,
And
teens
then-
are insecure.
Yeah. Especially when all your peers are taking exams, you start to question yourself. Shouldn't I be taking this as well?
So did you?
Well, okay, so I did. I bought all the books, and I
O
was
levels.
gonna I was studying for it, and I think I was like 2 or 3 months into my studying process, and I learned how much it costs to take those exams, and I was like, wow, art, it costed I think 2,000 plus at that point, and the other subjects were 400, 700 and stuff like that, and I was like, wow, that's a huge chunk of money. And I kind of again asked myself, did I really need this paper qualification? Did I really want to go to college or university? Because I think at that time it was after the whole mentor thing, the incident, and I was like, I don't think I might do this forever kind of thing. So I was starting to look into med school or psychology. But I kind of saw that chunk of money there, and I was like, wow, if I told my dad to give me those few, I think it was close to 4,000 or 5,000 bucks. What if I just bought new baking equipment with it,
So it was either you had a choice, either go full academic or focus on your hobbies.
But for some odd reason, I decided to, just invest in tools and stuff that I would never get otherwise. Yeah.
What would you think you would have done if you went for college?
What I would have done?
Yeah, what would you have done?
Well, I'm still very interested in psychology and mainly therapy, I guess.
Oh dang.
Yeah, so I would probably get into that. Yeah.
Would you be interested in actually if let's say right now would you be interested in actually going and studying psychology?
I'm kind of still studying it on the side. All the books that I read,
Yeah.
if they're not cake decorating books or fiction, it's usually self-help or psychology kind of based books. Yeah, so I do still read up a lot on it.
Okay, so you're still learning.
Yes, I'm
Still
still learning.
learning,
That's the unschooler mindset,
Yes.
we are always learning new things, and we never say no to trying new things.
I know what you mean.
Uh-huh.
I know what you mean.
Because otherwise you just feel stagnant, and
Yeah.
learning is such a joy, I think, and that's something I feel that most school kids lack. When it comes to books or learning new things, they're pretty hesitant because it reminds them of school days, I guess.
Yeah, I honestly I feel if I had grown up in school, I would not be the same person. I would not be
at all, yeah.
Same for you, right?
Definitely. Because I was I was such an uptight, stressed out kid in school. Even though I was just 8, 9 years old, I was already, on that very kiasu Singaporean path to be exactly that very nice straight thing inside a nice box kind of thing. Yeah.
And eventually you decide you turn that kiasuness and applied it to your creativity.
Yeah.
And that's who you are now. Dang. All right. That's quite interesting. All right. So as of now, you're interested in psychology.
Mhm.
Would you actually want to go
Pursue it as a career.
pursue it as not just as a career, like as a proper diploma or degree?
I feel like I would actually like. And
You
'cause,
would?
Yeah, sometimes I forget that I'm just
Mhm.
19 and I'm not like in my 30s.
Yeah.
And that I still have time to do
Yeah,
it
you
if
s-
I wanted to.
actually
Yeah.
you have time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I probably just want to get this established, and I'll take time off maybe to do that on the side and maybe focus more on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if this starts running on more or less an autopilot kind of thing,
Yeah, autopilot.
then I would take time off to pursue that as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I guess ultimately all of us sort of want to help other people out, right? And I feel like that's sort of like my gift, like
Your gift.
Yeah, I am good with like cakes and teaching and all that, but then I feel like there's something greater to give back.
Mm-hmm.
Because up to like today, I've always attracted people who sort of like needed a listening ear or needed help, and apparently I'm very soothing to speak to, or that I help, or I'm very comfortable. So I was just like, if there are like 10 people in my life right now with me for the same reason, like maybe I should, look into this somehow. Yeah.
It could be like your personality, your mindset is very, would you say, analytical or very observant?
Perhaps so, or very intuitive. I
Intuitive,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so in a way you might enjoy listening to other people's problems, because it's somewhat something in your brain. As a homeschooler, as someone who's very inquisitive, you want to know what makes that person
Yeah, that's
tick.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been interested in how like humans work, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that is psychology, so all right. So that's kind of like your fallback.
Fall back on.
Because can you see yourself doing cake decorating for the rest of your life?
Well, that's the thing. Right now, I'm trying to
Diversify.
merge the both of it together, because
How? What?
yeah,
Psychology and cake decorating.
yeah.
How does that work?
Because I realized that my classes, especially like those for adults,
Mm-hmm.
they attract a lot of like single moms or people who I don't know, they open up to me even though it's just a 1 day
Yeah.
class. I suddenly know their entire life story and the story of their divorce and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. And yeah,
Right.
you're like, wow, I didn't come here just for cake decorating. Yeah.
So it might actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a joint.
Yeah,
thing.
so it's like therapeutic cake
Yeah,
decorating sessions,
alright.
Yeah.
I get what you mean. Yeah. So it's something that you want to keep doing.
Yeah, and I think that would be a very interesting,
Mhm.
it would be an interesting fusion of two very different things into one. I think. Yeah.
I don't think you can market that. I'm not sure how you will be able to market that.
Well, yeah, it's an interesting
Wait,
challenge,
yeah,
honestly.
you might be able to, you're
Because especially for adults, which I've not been catering to a lot recently. A lot of them tell me that they come for my classes because it's therapeutic. That it's sort of like their spa day. Instead of wasting money in a spa, they're learning a skill, and they're in a very, I guess, comfortable, happy environment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm going to just amplify that a bit
Yeah.
more, I guess, in the future.
I think that goes the same for most hobbies. Why people get together and like do hiking, do mountain biking, play board games, generally getting together to do a hobby. That is very
Because it like fills up your soul.
It
I
feels like your
guess.
soul. Yeah, you can't be a drone. You can't stay at work and keep doing the
Yeah,
same
the
thing.
whole 9 to 5
Yeah,
thing.
humans, we need. What is that word? We need relief,
Yeah.
and you want to provide that to people.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, that's cool. That's cool. So you're happy where you are now. You're satisfied.
Yes, I am.
You're looking to the future. Okay, interesting. All right, I think we've got enough. I think we might.
We've got plenty, isn't it?
We got plenty. Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is a good place to end the episode.
Alright.
Any advice for people? Do you have any advice for people in college or not in college or home in general? Do you have any advice?
Do I have any advice?
Anything to say? You're very.
Huh.
You mean you already said you're a very therapeutic person.
A very therapeutic person.
Yeah. What do you have to say?
What do I have to say? That's a bit general though. It's a bit hard to like put anything out
It's
there.
alright. You can just say whatever comes to your mind. It's okay. I don't judge. At least I say I don't.
Or at least you say you don't. Wow.
Yes, I say I don't. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, like a thought that's been very present in my mind recently was like those people who I guess want to follow their passions and then they see I guess that it doesn't work or something, and they get worried about how they might not earn enough or stuff like that. I think in this generation, or yeah, we kind of forget how important it is to monetize it.
How
'Cause we're
important, yeah.
to monetize it, yeah, because yeah, we're so like, I don't know, driven to follow our passions, but then we don't realize that, just passion itself doesn't really take you that far. And that's how I started, I guess, going into kids' cake decorating classes, because yeah, it was not something I was passionate in at all. I'm not a kid person.
Yep.
But I wanted to try it out, because at that point I think my business was just like, it wasn't going anywhere. It was quite slow and all. It was just the start of this year. Yeah. So sometimes you have to really throw yourself out of your comfort zone, even though it's not what you're passionate in right now. But you just have to do that sometimes, and
Be smart with it.
be smart with it.
Be smart
yeah.
with monetizing it. All right. Anything else to add?
No.
No?
Thank you.
Totally
Yeah.
nothing. All right. Fantastic. And this has been Babblegum with Sam and Mui, and this is
Karen Leong.
Karen Leong. There's a Facebook I could link to, right?
Yes.
Anything else? Any Instagram? Any?
Yeah, they're both Karen Leong Cake Design on Facebook and Instagram.
All right. Is that it?
Yep,
No
that's it.
Twitter. No
No,
website. All right.
no,
That's fine.
yeah.
Actually, nowadays Facebook is all you need.
Yep.
Yeah. So. All right. Ciao. All right.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just you signing off. So.
It's up to you. All right. Ciao.